In 1776, a gentleman from Virginia wrote words regarding an assumption among the powers of the earth, the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitled them. And many argue that he was not religious at all, as much as a deist, which Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines as a movement or system of thought advocating natural religion, emphasizing morality, and in the 18th century denying the interference of the Creator with the laws of the universe. And a close reading of this text from the Declaration of Independence from a deist perspective begs the question as to why a presumptive deist would not have found the laws of nature to have been sufficient, rather than injecting also the moral implications of nature's God, which he also takes the deliberative and emphatic step to capitalize. Those professed academics who advocate a Thomas Jefferson, who had gone to the extent to create his own Bible, removing from its pages every miraculous occurrence or reference, is also often quoted from his letter to Francis Adrian Vanderkamp on July 30th, 1816, in which he makes the statement that ridicule is the best weapon against unintelligible propositions. Yet in this same epistle, often quoted by atheists, progressives, and those who eschew religion, they most often conveniently omit the context in which this founding father was recording his thoughts, specifically regarding his frustration with these so-called pseudo-Christians. And of this class, he concludes that missive with the hope that until some rational creed can occupy the void which the obliteration of their duperies would leave in the minds of our honest and unsuspecting brethren, whenever this shall take place, I believe that Christianism may be universal and eternal. In his letter to the Massachusetts militia, dated 11 October 1798, another founding father, John Adams, presumed also to be a deist, wrote, "These words you may have found without primary source citations on social media. Our Constitution was made only for a moral and religious people. It is wholly inadequate to the government of any other." And another founding father and one of the authors of the Federalist Papers, James Madison, penned the cryptic religious allusion, "If men were angels, no government would be necessary. If angels were to govern men, neither external nor internal controls on governments would be necessary." Yet, in conclusion, in a sort of conspiracy theory of checks and balances, he goes on to state, whilst all authority in it will be derived from and dependent on the society itself will be broken into so many parts, interests, and classes of citizens that the rights of individuals or of the minority will be in little danger from interested combinations of the majority. In a free government, the security for civil rights must be the same as that for religious rights. It consists, in the one case, in the multiplicity of interests, and in the other in the multiplicity of sex. The degree of security in both cases will depend on the number of interests and sex, and this may be presumed to depend on the extent of the country and number of people comprehended under the same government. These words of empowerment for the people, expressed in the First Amendment in liberty regarding their rights to religion, their rights to free speech, and their rights to assemble, make very little mention of any greater authority afforded to a fourth estate in the press. Yet while the conjunctive addition of the press in those first liberties has created an assumed authorization and enabling clause, most to the left of center ideologically tend to liberally construe, to say it kindly, the unabridged right to bear arms as constrained by the reference lifted from the Virginia Declaration of Rights, which addresses only a description, not an enabling nor authorization for state militia. In framing a Republican government, in which another founding father, George Washington, had instituted the office of the chaplain while encamped through the cold winter at Valley Forge, James Madison expressed of those civil and religious rights that they would provide the best security, while contemplating that justice is the end of government. It is the end of civil society. It has been and ever will be pursued until it be obtained or until liberty be lost in the pursuit. In a society under the forms of which the stronger faction can readily unite and oppress the weaker, anarchy may as truly be said to reign as in a state of nature, where the weaker individual is not secured against the violence of the stronger. And none of these aspirations for an inchoate nation appear to envision an American republic in the absence of either religion nor a right to bear arms unabridged, unless one can envision a state of nature not solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short, and where one can expect to survive without the aid of either a gun and or his God. My name is Major Mike Webb, and I am running for Congress. With liberty, honor, and excellence, by God, we shall make America great again. This advertisement was authorized by Mike Webb.